Welcome back. Okay, more vocabulary. Number 1, payaso, clown. Clown. Okay. Compromiso, commitment. Tengo un compromiso para mañana. Es un compromiso ineludible. It's an unavoidable commitment. I can't get out of it. I have to go. Tomorrow I have a wedding. I have to go to the wedding. I don't feel like going. No me apetece ir. But it's a commitment. And I can't break the commitment. En inglés se dice romper un compromiso. To break a commitment. And so I have to go. Pericia, habilidad, expertise. We need a certain kind of expertise in this organization. Expertise. Luego vuelvo y comentamos cada palabra. Hipoteca, mortgage. Mortgage, mortgage. Se escribe mort, como mortadela o filamón. Mortgage, como gajes del oficio. Pero son 2 Gs, no hay J. Mortgage, 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 mortgage. To pay your mortgage. Most families in Spain have a mortgage. Most families are paying a mortgage. There are a lot of mortgages and a lot of money tied up, atado se dice, in mortgages. Hoy en día, nowadays, okay, de otra manera, no te puedo ayudar. Otherwise, I can't help you. You have to study. Tenéis que estudiar. Y si no, yo no pinto nada. You have to study, because otherwise, I am useless for you. I can't help you. Cacahuetes, peanuts. Well, peanuts has 2 meanings. Peanuts, esta familia de los frutos secos. But really, I don't think so. Peanuts are underground. The other nuts are not underground, I think. I think all the other frutos secos, the dried fruits, don't grow underground. So peanuts are different. Now, peanuts has a second meaning. Means, muy poco dinero. That's peanuts. How much? How much are you going to, do you want me to teach on television? Teach English on television? Well, yeah. What's the pay? What's the pay? How much are you going to pay me? $12 an hour, 12 euros an hour, 12 euros por hora. That's peanuts. Peanuts, peanuts, peanuts. Cacahuetes, that means very little money. Okay, una muestra, dame una muestra. Give me a sample. Escrito sample. Okay, a sample. Yes, I want a sample, please. Hasta cierto punto, to a certain extent, I agree with you. But to a certain extent, I don't. To a certain degree. Es otra forma menos corriente. Se dice muchísimo en inglés, to a certain extent. Do you like living in Madrid? Well, to a certain extent, hasta cierto punto me gusta. To a certain extent, I enjoy living here. Apostar, to bet. Apostemos. Let's make a bet. Let's bet. Do you think you can learn English with me? I think you can. You think you can't? Apostamos. Shall we bet? Would you like to make a bet? Okay. It's very common. In my country, when I was growing up, it was very common for people to make bets about certain things. Here, no. I never hear it. ¿Cuánto apuestas? ¿Te apuestas algo? Sometimes I hear it, but it's much less common. There, yes. And I remember making bets with people and losing money. We're making bets all the time to make a bet. And it's so common in the States to be talking about making bets that we have an expression, pon tu dinero donde está tu boca, which means put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is, which means your statement, tu afirmación, is not true. Yes, it is. No, it's not true. Yes, it is. No, it's not. You say, you're telling me that my Spanish is not good enough to negotiate a contract. Yeah. And I'm telling you it is. Yeah. You want to make a bet? No. Come on. No, I don't bet. Come on, put your money where your mouth is. You're very free to say things. Put your money to defend what you're saying. No. Because that's a good way of making somebody defend and to demonstrate what he says. It's very easy to say something. It's very easy to say something negative about another person or to say something false about another person. But then if you have to back up respaldar lo que dices, if you have to back up with money what you say, then you think twice about saying it the next time, all right? Because if the other person says, put your money where your mouth is and prove it, all right? Prove it, okay? That I have money that I'm not declaring, okay? Prove it. Put your money where your mouth is. What happens here usually is you go to court to defend your honor. Okay, let's go on. Hasta cierto punto, to a certain extent. Apostar, to bet. Dudar, to doubt. Eso es dudar en el sentido de no creer del todo. Arrastrar, to drag. Realizar, to carry out or to perform. Perdonar, to forgive. Liarse, confundirse, to get mixed up. To get mixed up. Reunirse informalmente, to get together. Hacer daño, perjudicar, to hurt. Restringir, to restrict. Asustar, to scare. Tú no me asustas. You don't scare me. You don't scare me. Do I scare you? Huh? Are you scared? Are you afraid? Okay. Frightened. All right. To scare. Sugerir, to suggest. Suggest. To suggest. Retirar, to withdraw. Retirar fondos de una cuenta bancaria is to withdraw money. To deposit money, to withdraw money. Retirar mi apoyo a una candidatura, por ejemplo. To withdraw my support from a candidacy. I'm going to withdraw my support from you. I don't support you anymore. I'm not going to defend your job. I'm not going to give you money for your campaign. I'm going to withdraw my support. To withdraw the troops es hacer que se baten en retirada. To withdraw the troops from the battle. To retreat. Okay, to retreat es batirse en retirada. Pero es porque el general ha decidido retirar a sus tropas. To withdraw. And yes, the army is retreating, but sometimes it's wise, muy sabio, to retreat, because then you save your soldiers for a later battle. It's a part of your strategy to retreat, to withdraw your troops, okay? Advertencia, warning, This is my last warning. If you don't study, you won't learn. It's a warning. Adinerado, wealthy. Él viene de una familia adinerada. That young man comes from a wealthy family. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Yes, he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Nació con cuchara de plata en la boca. Nació rico. Okay. Los Beatles tenían, in Abbey Road, she came in through the bathroom window, protected by a silver spoon. Okay, which means she is from a wealthy family. Peso, weight. El peso de esto. Dentro del cálculo, the weight. La ponderación también es the weight. Okay? Bien informado, well informed. I think you're well informed. You're watching this channel, you found out about it, and you found the channel, and you're well informed. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning. Payaso, clown. A clown. A clown has two meanings. A professional clown, whom you find in the circus or in the rodeos, and then a person says, no seas payaso, don't be a clown. Don't clown around, haciendo el ganso. Clowning, convirtiendo payaso en gerundio, es una persona que hace payasadas. Hacer el ganso, pero el ganso de payasadas. He's clowning around. That person's a clown. But then there are professional clowns, and these people are very, very good. I'm sure you've seen clowns in the circus, in the circo, circus, sir. La primera sílaba, circus, circo, cir, en inglés es sir, como yes, sir, yes, sir. Sir Lancelot, Lanzarote, of the sirs, okay? Sir, yes, sir, circus. And clowns work in circuses. Clowns also work in rodeos. Have you ever seen a rodeo? Probably on television or in the American films, you've seen rodeos. Rodeo, in which you have cowboys riding on bulls and horses and and roping calves. Okay, that's a rodeo. Now, in the rodeos, they have Brahma bulls, toros Brahma. These are big, big bulls. And the cowboy sits on the bull, gets ready, and they open the gate, and the bull starts jumping. And the cowboy stays on the bull for about 2 seconds, 3 seconds, maybe 7 or 8 seconds, but not very long, and the cowboy falls. Now, the bull is wild. Ojo, the bull is not tame. The bull is wild. Wild is salvaje. Tame, escrito tame. Tame is manso, dócil. The bull is not tame. The bull is wild. And so the cowboy falls. And at that moment, the cowboy is extremely vulnerable because the bull always turns, se gira, turns to go after, to ir a por el pobre vaquero, the cowboy. Because the bull is angry. The cowboy was sitting on the bull's back, and the bull throws the cowboy, turns, and at that moment, the clown appears. If you watch a rodeo, for me, the most spectacular part of the rodeo is watching the work of the clown. And the clown runs in front of the bull, distracts the bull's attention. This is a big bull, bigger than the bulls in Spain, perhaps not more dangerous, because the toros de Lidia are very dangerous bulls, very strong bulls. The Brahma bulls are bigger, maybe not stronger, I don't know, but equally angry bulls. And the clown distracts the attention of the bull, and the bull turns and tries to kill the clown. And the clown runs very fast, jumps in the air, does a somersault, un salto mortal, and ploop, dentro de un barril de madera, inside a wooden barrel, and the bull hits the barrel with his horns in his head and moves the barrel, and the clown is inside. For me, rodeo clowns are the best athletes in the world, los mejores atletas del mundo, in my opinion. They're very fast, very flexible, and very brave, muy valientes, okay? And so, if you have a chance, go into Google and put rodeo clowns, and maybe you can find films of a rodeo clown. Rodeo, okay? Rodeo is rodeo, the famous, where they have the animals. Also in Hollywood, you have Rodeo Drive, a very famous street in Hollywood, where you have some of the best, one of the most expensive streets in the United States. Rodeo Drive, okay? Now, so we were talking about payaso as a clown. Okay, don't be a clown, no seas payaso. Se dice mucho aquí. En inglés se dice, don't be a clown, no seas un payaso. Don't be a clown, come on. Stop clowning around. Deja de ser payasadas. Siéntate y vamos a abordar ese tema en serio. Let's address this subject seriously and don't stop clowning around, okay? Porque tengo un compromiso con la gente para mañana. I have a commitment. I have a commitment. Commit es cometer. Suicidarse se dice to commit suicide. Solo se dice así. Or to kill yourself. Pero suicidarse es to commit suicide. Ahora, to commit también es comprometerse uno mismo. I commit to this. Me comprometo a esto. I promise. Ahí es compromiso, es commitment siempre. Nunca, por favor, nunca digáis compromise. It's a compromise because it's completely different. Compromise is a different concept altogether. A commitment es un compromiso tipo promesa que debes llevar a cabo porque te has comprometido. All right, you are committed to it. You're committed to it. It's a commitment. Olvidemos compromise, okay? Pericia, habilidad, expertise, skill. If a person possesses skills for repairing old microphones like this, well, you can say the person has expertise in repairing microphones. The person's an expert. La habilidad de un experto es expertise. Se escribe expert, I-S-E, I-S-E, y se dice expertise, all right? So, if you want to work with me, if you want to be an English teacher with me in my organization, you have to exhibit expertise in dealing with people. You don't need to exhibit at the beginning expertise in teaching. You simply need to exhibit or to demonstrate the ability to look at people, to talk to people, to smile, and certain other things that for me requires an expert. Okay, hipoteca, mortgage. Mortgage is a loan. If you want to buy a house, the most common way of financing the house or buying the house is through a mortgage, a través de una hipoteca. And when you want to buy a house, you go to the bank and you discuss your desire with the bank manager. And the bank manager tells you or consults with other people in the bank to see if you are able to handle a mortgage. Mortgage, escribe mortgage. And a mortgage is a loan in which your house is collateral. Okay? Yes. You see, when you go to a bank to ask for a loan, there are different types of loans. There can be a personal loan with no guarantee. There can be a type of loan with a guarantee. Now, there are different types of guarantees. One type of guarantee is a co-signature, co-firma. That is what you call in Spanish un aval. For example, if you need money, if you need 20,000 euros desperately, and you come to me and say, Richard, listen, I need 20,000 euros, but the bank will not give it to me si no hay avalista. The bank won't give it to me without a cosigner, without a guarantee. Well, what kind of guarantee? A cosigner. Oh? So, yeah. Can you cosign my loan? You want me to cosign? Okay. So if you are a good friend of mine, probably I will go to the bank and cosign, co-firmar, o sea, firmar junto contigo, the loan. But in essence, if I cosign your loan, escribe loan, eso es préstamo. If I cosign your loan, to tell you the truth, I'm lending you the money, not the bank. Okay? I'm lending you the money. And if you don't pay the bank, I have to pay the bank. So, in the future, don't come to me if you're looking for a co-signature. And I don't recommend you ask anybody. If you don't have any way to guarantee a personal loan, okay, then probably you shouldn't ask for a personal loan and you shouldn't get yourself into a mess. Te has metido un lío financiero aquí and you need 20,000 euros. Don't get yourself into those type of situations if you don't have enough money. Now, here in this country, it's very important to have una nómina. That's very, very important, okay, for banks. It's not so important in the United States. Here, un contrato fijo, what you call a fixed contract or a permanent contract, is very valuable. When you go to the bank and you show them a fixed contract or a permanent contract. En inglés suelo decir contrato permanente cuando quiero transmitir la idea de el concepto de contrato fijo, a permanent contract. When you take a permanent contract to the bank here, it's practically a guarantee. It's practically a guarantee because job security is so great. And very few people are laid off in this country, despedidos, laid off. To fire es despedir, más bien por motivos disciplinarios, ¿okay? To lay off es cuando hay una empresa que tiene que reducir plantilla y te despide dentro de un plan de despido más masivo. That's to lay off. So that's not very common. It's not common for people to lose their job in this country. At least it's much less common than in the Anglo-Saxon world, donde a diario, pam, pam. But it's a different type of economy. In the United States and the United Kingdom, it's easy, usually, to find another job. And here it's sometimes not. Well, in my opinion, if you work very hard, it's easy. But if you don't work very, very hard, it's not easy to find a second job. So, when you take your permanent contract to the bank, that's usually sufficient guarantee for normal personal loans, okay? But if you want to buy a house, that's a lot of money. And of course, it's impossible for you to provide guarantee, and it's impossible probably for friends or acquaintances, conocidos, to co-sign such an important loan. So, the concept of the house itself, or the apartment itself, or the property itself, la casa en sí misma, el apartamento en sí mismo, la propiedad en sí misma, the house itself, the property itself, the apartment itself is the guarantee. So the bank knows that if you don't pay, the bank can foreclose, se dice foreclose, can foreclose on your property and take possession of it if you don't pay. You lose your house, but you don't pay back the loan. And you can sleep under a bridge, or you go back to your parents' house or something. But the bank forecloses on that. And the bank assumes the, in this country, I don't know. In the United States, the bank doesn't assume absolute ownership of the house. It's kind of in limbo. It's a halfway type of situation. Here, I think the bank assumes property and can resell the house in subastas, in auctions. Se escribe aucción. Auction es una subasta, ¿okay? Donde subastas, en este caso, casas. Auction is a noun, but to auction is a verb. Voy a subastar este micrófono. I'm going to auction this microphone, okay? And so that's a type of loan, a mortgage in which the house itself or the property itself serves as the guarantee. And when you ask for a mortgage, be ready, estate listo, preparado, be ready or be prepared to pay a lot of upfront costs. Upfront costs. Front is frontal, la parte frontal, the front. Upfront is arriba, allá, en delante de todo. Costs. Maybe 6% of the value of the house. Certain types of taxes. The notary fees, los honorarios del notario. The notary fees. The study commission, okay, comisión de estudio. There are a lot of things you pay up front. Also insurance for the house, usually through the bank itself. These are upfront expenses or upfront costs. And then you start to pay the mortgage. So when you make your calculations on whether, el que sea mejor, alquilar o comprar, when you make your calculations about whether it's to your advantage, it's in your interest, to your advantage, si te conviene. En inglés, dos formas. No decimos convenient aquí. Para saber si te conviene, comprar o alquilar. To find out or to calculate whether it's in your interest to buy or to rent, o bien, whether it's in your interest, whether it's to your advantage, in your interest, to your advantage, to rent or to buy. Don't forget the upfront costs, okay? Don't forget the upfront costs, because these costs are real costs of money you have to pay to initiate the mortgage, okay? So, and then if you lose your house, the bank takes over. That's happening a lot in the United States now with the subprime mortgage rate scandal. Okay, and to finish, terminamos ahora. Hoy en día, nowadays, hoy en día la gente parece más preocupada por la seguridad. Nowadays, people seem more concerned. Digo concerned y no worried aquí. People seem more concerned about security, job security, okay? It seems that people think, I don't agree, but it seems that people think life is becoming more precarious. Well, maybe. Pero lo importante aquí es nowadays. Hoy en día abarca 10, 20 años. No es ahora. Para ahora se dice now. Ahora la gente de repente se viste de una forma muy diferente. Now, not nowadays. Nowadays covers a long period of time. En los tiempos contemporáneos. Nowadays. All right? So, is it true or not true that nowadays people are more conservative? People are more risk averse? I don't know. It's an interesting topic of debate, but we're not going to debate it today, because the class is over. The time is up. I'm finished. I'm going home. I'm tired of teaching. I've been teaching all day. These 2 hours with you are my 5th and 6th hours today, and I want to go home and rest and relax and to take it easy and to enjoy my leisure time, como dirían los británicos, los americanos, to enjoy my leisure time. But I'll be back tomorrow, so see you soon.